Confidence is contagious, so is lack of confidence, says Vince Lombardi. This is Robbie Thomas, Bay Area Downsizer. This is the mid year market update for 2023. This is the month of July. Uh, and it is a slightly long video because of the number of slides that I've included in this presentation. If you just want to look at the local stats, that's at the end of the video, where you can go skip the rest and go directly to the end. So this is the 2023 housing market mid-year information. Here's the good news, which is housing is normalizing after two unprecedented years. Um, Return of seasonality is also happening, and that's a welcome sign. Prices are rebounding. Homeowners have limited options between rates and inventory because there's no inventory and the rates keep going up. So they're forced to buy. New listings are still declining. Affordability remains primary challenge, and the latest outlook is new construction is growing, offering more options for buyers and sellers. So expect a moderately active summer season. It's already towards the end of summer, and it's happening exactly like what they said it would. So we have buyer demand, which is very primary in terms of the pricing, and that has returned in full swing right now. So you can see here uh, housing sentiment in the quarter two of 2023 market activity survey conducted on May 11th to 20th, 2023 says like 18% say they're likely to buy a home the next 6 months. And 16 percentage of homeowners say they're likely to sell in the next 6 months. So there's still a shortage of sellers and a number of buyers more, creating more demand. See, the average credit score in US is still healthy, which is an average of 714. That means there's people who can afford to buy. Credit credit score for housing borrowers is high, which is 765, the median credit score in the US for those taking out a mortgage. The new normal mortgage rates is 6 to 7% range. The 30-year fixed rate, October 2022 till today. So this is 629. It is 6.71 is the national average. Mortgage rates heavily influence the direction of home sales. Relatively steady rates have led to several consecutive months of consistent home sales, says Lawrence June. So this is the chart for the existing home sales. It's showing steady over here, which is about May 2023, we had about 4.3 million homes. There's a slight increment of 0.2% month over month. Existing home sales distribution, which is over the price ranges, this is over million, 6.9%. Available inventory strongly impacts home sales too. Like existing home sales activity is down sizably due to the current supply being roughly half the level of 2019, says Lawrence Yun. He's the chief economist at National Association of Realtors. Months inventory for sale. So you have about 3 months inventory for sale. This is nationwide. If you notice here, look at the chart, declining inventory numbers. Every year it's been declining. Slight improvement since 2021 and 2022, but not enough because when you say 3 months, then every single property in any condition gets sold within 3 months. That's the absorption ratio. So tight supply is still a problem. There was 7.1% more homes for sale in June compared to the same time in 2022. This means that there were 41,000 more homes available to buy on a typical day this past month compared to 1 year ago. However, the inventory growth rate for homes actively for sale continued to slow for the fourth month in a row. Active listings improved. You can see a slight uptick, but not even close to last year's July, September numbers. So in the final week of June, we noted that the inventory actually declined on a year-over-year basis for the first time since last April. The substantial slowdown was primarily driven by fewer potential sellers opting to list their home, and the market which lapped the period of higher inventory growth that started in May of last year. Active listings greater than new listings for 13 months in a row. Continuously, there are more active listings than newer listings. In June, the number of homes newly listed for sale declined by 25.7% compared to the same time last year. New listings remained 27.6% below pandemic 2017 to 2019 levels. In fact, the pace of new home listings year to year is even 16.4% lower than in the first half of 2020, when the real estate market was still contending with pandemic era closures, restrictions, and uncertainties, highlighting just how short the new options buyers in today's market really are. Here's the chart for the new listings now below previous years. We are right here. If you look at this numbers, it's totally 396,082 entire country. That's a 25.7% reduction in listings during the same period over here. That's why the prices are still so elevated and not slowing down or showing any sign of correction. So Tom Barkin, the president of the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond, says, I didn't fully anticipate how much the move in interest rates would convince people not to put their houses on the market. Because most people who refinanced in the last 2-3 years, they're locked in at a very low rate. There's no motivation to sell. So new listings down in 99% of the country. Percentage change in new listings for the top 200 metros. This is data from Realtor.com. It shows 1%. That's it. That's the only increase. This is nationwide. Mark Fleming, chief economist of the First American, says history has shown that higher rates may take the steam out of rising prices, but it doesn't cause them to collapse entirely. This is especially true in today's housing market, where the demand for homes continues to outpace supply, keeping the pressure on house prices. Home prices have rebounded, and they're reflecting. They're completely in it shows in the market dynamic. There's no price reduction. Realtor.com listing price, what buyers see, right? Rising rates lead to headlines calling for another crash. Yeah, everybody seems to know that there's going to be a crash, except it's just not happening because of the very low inventory, even with the elevated interest rates at 7%. The big surprise of 2023 is stabilizing prices and rising momentum. You see, the momentum slowly is building up if you look at it, all the way from this year, 2020. You can see it's steadily rising. 2023, it's still rising. Listing price growth reflects market and return of seasonality. So if you look at the monthly median listing price, which is various across the day, but if you look at the average of that or the median of that, you will see that the growth is continuing to happen over here. So these are the real ones which I prefer to look at: the Case-Shiller Index, FHFA, and Core Logic, which also shows, you see, a steady increment from after January. You see it's a steady 0.2, 0.4, and 0.4. That's the increment in the prices. If I were trying to make a case that decline in home prices that began in June 2022 had definitely ended in January 2023, April's data would bolster my arguments, as Craig Lazara. Home price expectations rebound in 2023. So in May, it went up 4.1% higher nationwide. So swinging, it fell in November of last year and then slowly, but now it's back like as if it was in August of 2022. New residential starts jumped 22%. So this is in thousands seasonally adjusted annual rate of new residential, which is like new home builders. You can see there's a spike which is growing. Single family home housing starts pick up towards summer. So the green is 5 units or more, and the blue is single units, which is single family homes. So in the southern region leads housing starts, which is the new home construction. West is still low, which is we are the West Coast. So single family housing starts pick up towards summer. And the new residential completions increase thousands of units easily adjusted. That also shows as a sudden uptick in new residential completions, like what's just completed and hitting the market. So this is continuing to show a rise. The outlook is this: housing prices continue to show stronger growth than what was previously expected. Housing's performance is a testimony to the strength of demographic related demand in the face of baby boomers aging in place and Gen Xers locking in historically low rates, both of which have helped keep housing supply at historically low levels. Home builders continue to add to that supply, but years of meager home building over the past business cycle means the imbalance will likely continue for some time. We do expect housing will be supportive of the overall economy, says Doug Duncan, Senior VP and Chief Economist at Fannie Mae. Now let's look at the home sales. See, average days on the market, 18 days in May. That means it's moving fast. Existing home sales, it's really low. Existing home sales fell by 25.5% in California area. New home sales in thousands, you see that they're coming up. Then the new homes are selling within 2.7 months from the time it's completed. So people think like it sits on a market for a long time. They don't. Back in 2021, in March, it was sitting for 5.1 months. But now, as soon as the house is completed by a builder, it sits on the market maximum of 2.7 months. So that's less than 3 months. Total home sales in thousands in 2023. See, we have only 374,000, so it's very low. Pending home sales shows the demand. The demand is still there, but still below 100, which is it's not happening because there's no inventory. Percentage of distressed property sales. So foreclosures and short sales, they represent 2% of sales in May. But look at the numbers. Look, it's continuously falling because people don't need to foreclose if their home values are higher than what they bought it for. Let's look at home prices again. Sales price of existing homes. So the prices are kind of like softening, but you won't say correcting because 5% in the western region means it's respective of a particular location. So the numbers are a little skewed when you look at it like that because if it's in a prime location, it's probably gone up by 8% or 10%, sometimes even 15%. Yeah, this is the year over year price range change minus 22%, 0.3%. That's for the million plus price range. Pricing has kind of like tightened by about 22%. Change in home prices year over year. And year over year change in price. So the forecast is that it's still going to rise 4.6%. Current it's 2%. Housing inventory. Months inventory for sale from 2011, if you look to now, there's people are putting lesser and lesser homes on the market, and the number of buyers continue to increase. Months inventory for homes for sale, 3 months. Last 12 months, historically, if you look at it, see 2.9 month, 3.2 month, 3.3 month, that's the highest. That means it takes 3 months, all properties in any conditions are sold. Year over year inventory levels, you see this big red bar, that's a sharp dip in inventory. Year over year, inventory levels also dipped 6%. New home monthly inventory rose by 6.7. Look at the buyer demand now. So this is data from Showing Time, which is an app which most realtors and MLSs use to schedule showing, so they can track things easily. So they say Michael Lane, a vice president and general manager of Showing Time, says the inventory squeeze continues to make itself known in showing activity, with lower listing volume translating to fewer showings. Showing traffic and pending sales activity in the coming weeks will indicate where the market might be headed as summer begins in full swing. So this was in month of May that they said this. Well, inventory hasn't grown at all, and it's still the same or worse. Mortgage rates. The mortgage rates continue to rise from the low threes every month. There was a small dip at 5.3% something over here in a few months back, but then it continued to rise again. Now we're at 6.8, around that, close to 7%. Now, what they're projecting, and this coming quarter, the third quarter and the fourth quarter and 2024, 2 quarters, is that Fannie Mae says 6.6, MBA says 6.2, NAR says 6.1, and the average of three is 6.3% in the third quarter, fourth quarter 5.97%, first quarter of 2024 5.77%, and second quarter of 2024 5.63%, which is a whole lot better than the current rate, which also means that the home prices will climb again if there is no correction and if there is no oversupply of homes by that time. So this is just a chart showing the same thing, and similar thing but in a different form. Now, mortgage credit availability, which is what the buyers are priced out because of the interest rates. And this also shows a very steady downfall where buyers are incapable of getting loans for the desired houses that they like. And this is a real problem too, and it reflects in the number of offers that are for homes on the market, which used to be like 30 offers, 40 offers for a home, and now it's gone down to like 5, 6, 7 offers. Although the number of buyers who are looking at the property are same or similar or more, but the offers are less. And let's look at the lending standards still under control, which is the mortgage credibility availability index. So during the housing bubble of 2006, the reading showed 868.7. But ever since then, because the guidelines tightening and all the measures that the Congress has put into place, they are working fine, and they're holding it steady here. So it's all, if you combine the two, it's still hard for a buyer to get a bigger loan to their liking, simply because the monthly mortgage has gone up, and it's all about affordability at this time. I also wanted to show you the local housing stats, which is over here. So this is supply, which is on the market. This is as of 7/17/23. This is from the MLS. So this is supply and this is demand because it's pending. No one can make an offer on that. That's a real buyer in escrow. So you see 71 active and pending 57 in Fremont. Newark 25 active, 26 pending. Union City 14 active, 21 pending. So when the active numbers are lower or equal to, then the home prices will shoot up even higher, even with the interest rates at elevated levels. Castro Valley has 23 active and pending 38. Hayward 64 active, pending 59. San Leandro has 32 active and 35 pending. San Lorenzo has 12 active and 16 pending. Oakland has 334 active and 178 pending. And this is the complete opposite of what we have seen over here because there's more supply and less demand. Sunol has 4 active and none pending. Pleasanton 52 active and 50 pending. Livermore has 57 active and 50 pending. Dublin has 21 active and 23 pending. San Ramon has 26 active and 38 pending. Danville has 78 active and 53 pending. If you need any of the cities added on to this, please let me know, and I will add them and I will email it to you. And if you want to reach me for any free, accurate home valuation, I'll do it in person, and there's no obligation to use me at all. Reach me at 510-374-2264. Robbie Thomas with Realty Experts. Thank you.